Hey friends, I hope you all are doing well. I am just now leaving the store and I am coming at you live and in color for another little car vlog, Kiki, if you will. So I just finished up filming the second episode of the As the Cauldron Bubbles podcast. And I'm really excited about editing this podcast and releasing this podcast. I was able to talk with Amy of Peaceful Clearings, who is a good friend of mine, a good colleague of mine, and I'm just really excited about what she's doing with her Peaceful Clearings. And it was really refreshing to kind of hear her take on her witchcraft and spirituality journey, because it is something that is a bit different than my own. And anytime I have an opportunity to actually get to talk to someone who is different than myself, because okay, so if you're in a room full of people and you all think and believe the same things, sometimes that can feel a bit like an echo chamber, where you just hear a lot of the same stuff. So it was cool that I was able to talk with, another witch who has a very different practice and a very different kind of ideology than mine, and kind of dissecting this aspect of angels and demons and what angels are and what demons are, as well as how this notion of angels and of demons has to do with the craft and has to do with how that influences our personal path and our personal practice. So I think episode 2 of As the Cauldron Bubbles will be really interesting because, like I said, I think that the topic even of angels or of demons, specifically within the craft, is inherently controversial and in some circles blasphemous, because we have this idea that anything that is Abrahamic does not belong in the craft. Now, I'm not saying I, believe it doesn't belong in the craft, or that I believe that it does belong in the craft. I'm saying that the witchcraft community as a whole oftentimes likes to shun or other people who incorporate more Abrahamic belief traditions or systems or ideologies. If we're talking about the idea of left-hand practice and demonology and working with demons, or if we're talking about witches working with angels and the archangels or fallen angels and praying to angels, that is something that you don't see a lot within the witchcraft community. And when you do, it's often thought to be very, like I said, controversial and sometimes even blasphemous. So yeah, I'm excited that I was able to film that podcast with Amy from Peaceful Clearings, and that we were able to have, kind of a conversation and a dialogue about what this sort of means. And I'm on my way now, actually, to go meet with another witch to do another podcast episode for As the Cauldron Bubbles. And yeah, I'm excited about the new podcast. It's something that I have recently decided to do. I've seen a lot of people doing true crime podcasts, and I've been a part of several podcasts. I've been a part of the Hoof and Horn podcast, and I've been a part of Honesty's podcast. So be on the lookout for those podcasts. And I've had several people, mention to me, oh my gosh, you should do a witchcraft podcast. That would be so cool. And I've just kind of pushed it off because, I do so much. I wear many hats already, And so I was like, do I really want to be doing a podcast right now? Like, is a podcast the best thing for me to be doing? And I've just kind of pushed it off and pushed it off and pushed it off. But I've kind of decided that, yeah, I think I do want to do a podcast. And I enjoy how on a podcast you can just kind of talk candidly and not really filter or edit yourself too much, and how you can just kind of just be yourself and just, like I said, talk candidly about what you want to talk about. You don't necessarily have to have any video. It can just be audio, which is refreshing, because I'm very used to the video of it all. And just being able to be on audio is nice, because then you're not worried about, I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, when it's just audio, it's not the same sort of, I don't know, pressure? I don't know. But yeah, so the podcasts are going to be posted actually on my Patreon, which will be linked below. So if you are interested in listening to these podcasts, they will be on Patreon. Now, that being said, if you do not want to subscribe to my Patreon, that is totally fine. They will be posted to YouTube as well, okay? Now, they will be posted delayed to YouTube. So it might be a week or several weeks until the podcast is released on YouTube per episode. So if you want to have early access to the podcasts, you're definitely going to want to subscribe to my Patreon. But if you don't mind getting a delayed access, then they'll be posted on YouTube too. And one of my good friends and colleagues, and actually my coven sister, made the art for the podcast for As the Cauldron Bubbles, and it is so cute, you guys. Like, the art for the podcast is adorable, and she is so talented, and she's actually starting up her own YouTube channel and her own Facebook page called Craft and Magic. So girl, if you're watching, here's a shout out, okay? Make sure that you guys look at her content and check out her content. She's amazing, and she is an artist. She's a graphic designer, and she's a witch, and she's just incredible. So anyway, I feel like I've kind of like rambled here for a bit in this car vlog, but I've had some of you guys say that you really enjoy these car vlog sessions where I just kind of drive. Now, okay, this being said too, I do have like a car mount, so this is totally hands-free and totally legal. I have my eyes on the road the entire time, so don't worry. But yeah, I've had a few of you comment that you enjoy these car vlogs. So yeah, that's kind of my update, my car vlog. And until next time, guys, blessed be.